I was very proud of what we did. It was, it's funny how someone sent me an article recently and said, because I'm a big fan of Lucha Underground, which is on the El Rey network, Robert Rodriguez's network.
I've never seen it. I've never seen it, but I heard it's good.
I'd say big fan. Yeah, I'd say big fan. I'm a fan of the way they do things. I don't know if I'm just a big fan, but I'm a fan of the different twists they put on it, which is kind of cool, because they shoot their vignettes. They look more like clips from movies. It's not like, the camera just happens to be backstage like it is, with a lot of the other wrestling shows today. And it's done in a totally different way, which I really like. But they have a character, a wrestler there named Pentagon. I think it's Pentagon or Pentagon Jr.
Pentagon Jr. I'll tell you a quick story. I'll tell you a quick story about Pentagon Jr. And how popular Lucha Underground is. I did WrestleCon 2 years ago in Dallas, and usually if there's a big name like a Sting or a Shawn Michaels or somebody like Kevin Nash, Ric Flair, they would they'll put them in the corner so that you could run the line around the side of the building. Well, I'm right sort of in the middle of the building. Me and Justin Roberts had a table signing autographs. Nasty Boys are next door, next to me, and there's a line down the middle that was the longest line I've ever seen. And I'm thinking to myself, who could this be? I'm looking at the list of who's signing when and all this, and so finally I just nobody was knocking down my door. I had a few people that came up, but I wasn't there wasn't no line for me, nor did I expect there to be. So I walked over to the line and I said, "Well, who's this line for?" It was Pentagon Jr. I couldn't believe. I didn't even know who Pentagon Jr. was at the time, and he had the longest line. He had a longer line than Ric Flair or Sting or any of those guys. I mean, it was crazy. Yeah. So you mentioned Pentagon.
Amazing look, and so someone sent me an article that said, and the article, the headline was Pentagon Jr. is what Glacier was supposed to be. And the guy said, I know this is probably going to make you mad. And I looked at it and I said, no, it doesn't make me mad. As a matter of fact, I pretty much agree with it. I said, but here's the thing. Somebody had to be willing to be first to see if any of this was going to work, And Eric trusted me, and the other three to be first. And when the company puts that kind of money behind it, and you have the president of the company saying, you have my blessing, we're going to push this thing forward, blah, blah, blah. There's no one in their right mind that is an aspiring wrestler who would say no to that.